What is that supposed to mean in mamas? Sumimasen. Mochi no panshi.
もう一枚パンですね。はい。
Koshi.
はい。
Morning, Das. Hi, Robin. Are you stuck in the house, Robin? So last night, after going to pick the truck up at Rick's, fucking got stuck in a ditch because I forgot my phone and I reversed on this mountain road and you're a bit concerned about meeting people or going out, Robin? I had to call Jeff. Luckily, where I broke down was I could run to Rick's house. I got in about 12 o'clock. I will use face mask. Could be a new replacement for Facebook. Hang on, just getting another cup of tea. Yum. Have you ever heard of that? Dash.
お待たせしました。
ありがとう。
はい。ではお食べしていきますね。
So, about what? What did they ask? Have you ever heard of this? Pu'er tea. On the road? I mean, I reversed into a ditch, all four fucking wheels on the back. Couldn't move. This is Darjeeling tea bag, and I think it's better than the bloody leaf. No, this woman's grabbing her tits. Did you see that? A little bit cheeky. Thank you, Dirge. Where are you watching from? And what does it what does it inspire you to do? I once met a girl from Venezuela. She was very pretty. She She called me up at 5 o'clock in the morning to help her move. Powerful video. You trying to take the piss, prick? Tell me how it's powerful, Vinyls, dickhead. Tell me how it's powerful. You think you can just come on the stream and try to take the piss, you fucking wanker? Eating your food. Well, maybe in Venezuela, are you managing to get food in Venezuela? Okay, apology accepted. Where are you from, Vinyl? Vinyl Scopus. I guess that can't be a family name, can it? Excuse me. The young girl opposite me, diagonal opposite me, has just been grabbing over the tits like that. I got very excited. Grab your tits again, love. Oh, she's touching her pussy. I have no idea what perfect posture is, or do you mean perfect picture? I don't know what you mean by that either. Perfect posture. You could. I always try to walk up straight up. I think you should try to do it. They're trying to say I haven't got perfect posture. Oh my god. What do you think of perfect posture? Yep, you should always exercise. Press-ups, things like that. Against a wall even. That's the best way to do lots of press-ups, is against a wall. Why, is there a big movement for perfect posture now, is there? Yep, I must admit, I used to be able to put my standing straight up. I used to be able to put my hands on the floor, my palm of my hands. On the computer. I call the road services JAF, Japanese Automobile Federation, of which I am a member. And he got me out of there in about 10 minutes. I made a video. I don't, it's not, it was like in very dark conditions. But like this morning, I had a tremendous outburst from my bum. And maybe, well, I had some chicken and maybe it had been in the back of the truck too long. If I put the chicken in a stew and boil it for a long time, will that kill all the salmonella? And I also got some 6 cans of baked beans for 1100 yen. So what's that, 660? Maybe 180 yen a can. 180 yen a can, and normally if you want a big can of baked beans here, it costs like fucking 450 or 500 yen. So I was very, very happy. Okay, it's all looks like a chicken soup then. Chicken soup or chicken stew. I could make a chicken curry, but that could be asking that could be asking too much of my arse. Well, I want to cook it for, I feel as though I want to cook it for longer than that. So when I met this Venezuelan girl, she was kicking her boyfriend out of her place. She was trying to drop his stuff off at her in-laws, who were Peruvian, and fun ensued. So I've just had this bit of toast now. I'm hanging on to see if it's safe before I go and do some work. I don't want to be like getting in the truck and then fucking fireworks down below. We've got no fucking soap here. In the rest, we've got alcohol, but there's no soap, and I want to wash my hands. Hang on, I've just got to clean my hands. Yeah, we had a good day. Well, sometimes when I do a job, if I've got some wood, I take it to Rick's place and he burns it. And also, if there's some piece, and sometimes there's stuff that he can use. So he was a very good friend yesterday. Is it, don't people, if you're of an advanced age, you still there, Dash? Favourite cheese? White crumbly Cheshire. I think that's what they call it. It's like a white cheddar cheese, but when you cut it, it like crumbles. That's really nice. And manchego. Raclette cheese. That's really nice cheese from, that makes it great. Use it for fondue, but you can also put it on toast. Beautiful cheese. Wednesday. What is Wednesday? I know the name, but I'm not sure even. I don't think I've ever had Wednesday. Is it a cheddar or is it a vein cheese? So I enjoyed my trip to Costco yesterday. I only had about 4,000 yen. So yeah, like and it's a well-known cheese. I don't think I've ever eaten it. I want some jalapenos, but they only had like fucking 2 massive jars on together for sale. Well, there's lots. Well, especially in England, but more so in France. There's like, I remember going to France when I was 18. First time I'd flown. In fact, first time overseas actually. And I remember going in the cheese department of this supermarket, and I nearly fucking vomited. But the strength of the cheese was unbelievable. Dirge, are you from Venezuela or living in Venezuela? Or lying? Stilton, that's a blue cheese. I might have eaten Stilton. That's a blue cheese, isn't it? When I was doing well in work, me and the wife, we used to have lots of hams, cheeses, meats. But that's one time was on wines, and that's one time in my life that's when I'm getting most chest pains. So I think too much too rich foods is not good for you. There's not a big choice here in the Japanese shops, and it's so fucking expensive. So if I get a kilo of cheese, it doesn't fucking last long. Yeah. But it's like... Maybe I should take it steady. But I'm going to try and make some nachos. Try to recreate the nachos we used to make at the restaurant I worked at. Nice creamy sauce. A nice creamy cheese which went over the chips and the jalapenos and the little bits of chicken. You're welcome, mate. Last night I pissed in this sink at Lawson's, and there was a problem. The sink was blocked, so all my piss was in the sink. So I just splashed it all over the floor. There is some truth to that story, by the way. Just let that sink in. If any of you guys registered, work your way through 5,000 videos. Videos in 6 languages, I think. 5 languages, 6 characters. Japan. England, 36 deaths. I know where I'd rather be. Which one? We've done a few me and Victor. With the temple, hairdressers. Is that how you spell it? I don't know how you spell Yowza like that, do you? Yeah, I've been round to his apartment, his school recently, but he's not in there. Toast. Another piece of toast. There's a song in England called Toast by a very popular group. Hey, Geek. What was his name now? Paul something. His famous song was Wherever I Lay My Hat. Camo Berg, which fucking comedy course did you go to? Because I think you should get your fucking money back. It's, dear. As John Cleese once said, you've got to write, rewrite and rewrite and rewrite before it's funny. You can't just like write a one-liner and then put it out there. You've got to think about it. It sucks. It sucks to suck, certainly does. Bit is the wrong word. Very. But keep going, keep watching this channel. Work your way through my 5,000 videos. You might pick a few tips up there of what to do and maybe what not to do. There are these two Jews talking. Paul Young, yeah, they were great. What they do at the supermarket, they get a big loaf. You can't see that, can you? I caught a fish this big, and you get a real long loaf. What they do, they cut off the ends of the loaf, and then they slice it into determined whether it's like four slices of thick toast, or 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 slices in from these large loaves. But they used to sell the crusts. They used to put them in a pike, like a English slice loaf, and they sell them for 50 yen. So there's these two Jews talking, and one Jew says to the other, he goes, you won't believe this, I went home yesterday and my son tells me that he's now a Christian. And the other Jew says, you know, I went home yesterday, my son, same thing, he's now become a Christian. And so he says, what shall we do? He says, let's phone God. So they phone God. So he says to God, he says, you know, me and my friend's sons, you know, they become Christian. And God says, you won't believe this. Camo bug. What's up, Dream Trooper? Do you know Super Trooper? Like a super trooper, like the gun of fire. Do you know what a Super Trooper is? That's how good the ABBA writers were. They could write a song about anything. And the Super Trooper is a big spotlight. That's called a Super Trooper. missed the punchline. No, because one Jew, so God said, "You're not going to believe this." So God is talking about His Son, who is God's Son. I'm not sure if I told you that actually. I went to the Jewish TV network this morning just to make myself feel better. Did I tell it wrong? Any other awesome jokes for us? I can only give awesome jokes to subscribers. I was just trying to make you feel better, Camel Bug. That's a summer bummer. Don't talk about your old school friends. Okay, what's the difference between a bad marksman and a constipated owl? Constipated owl, sorry. Bad marksman and a constipated owl. You can don't tell all your friends at school this one. You don't know, man. Okay. A bad marksman shoots but can't hit, and a constipated owl hoots but can't shit. Yeah, that was a thinking of that joke down from Dumb and Dumber. I don't know if it's Jim Carrey or the other one says it and goes, "Wow, look at those, a nice pair of hooters." And they did look at, then they turn the camera around and it's the two owls on the table. Just wondering now, will Black Lives Matter attack my channel? No, if they do, then I've got like instant fame, worldwide fame. Jewish racist guy. You guys were late here, but there's the girl opposite me. She was feeling her tits earlier 4 times. Are you working today, Dash? Are you? You just made me think of a shout there. No, I'm not a gamer. I would like to be. I've got so many games, it's untrue. Do I feel loyalty to the Japanese state? No, not really. You know, you shouldn't be loyal to any state because all that. Most countries will stab you in the back, even if you served your country. Look at Alan Turing. The work he did in the Second World War and after, he fucking shortened the Second World War. Alan Turing, the gay scientist or mathematician, and they drove him to his death for being gay. That is what a country is like. That is what a government is like. I'm trying to keep a straight face. Donald Trump is doing the best he can for America, and people just attack him left, right, and centre. Poor Donald. If you could start your own nation with newfound military, well, I prefer to start a nation that didn't need a military. I can become a Japanese. Well, I can't because you need to pay all your taxes. Everything needs to be in order. I've had more confrontations with the police that would seem unlikely possible, and so. But there are other people. If you get level 1 Japanese and you're a good citizen, you can become Japanese. I'm not sure what you're trying to ask, Albie. No, the Japanese are racist. The Japanese and the foreigners here are two different things. So, look, what the Japanese did a long time ago, if a Japanese woman married a foreigner, he would have to take her out of the country. Come on, but your use of the English. I'll just leave the phone here and then you can view the kitchen while I go for a drop a load. Or did the white race still believe they're not black? We all came from black people. Yeah, where are you from, Archangel? You're not aware of the weather in Japan? Okay. Well, for example, I know that in Seattle, Washington, that it's a very rainy state. So I'm aware of that. So I would assume that you might know that in Japan gets very hot and wet, and it's got a rainy season. In this part of the world, the average temperature in July, August is about 36 degrees. No, you got a new Guardian card now, and you should carry it. In fact, I got into trouble for not having it. So the chances are, if you're black, they'll take you to the police station. But they've been getting a bit funny about it recently. But I've got my driving license. But I told them the other day they asked to see my Guardian card as well. I thought, well, I'm inside my fucking house. What do you expect? It seems you have bad memories of Japan, LB. I remember it's called Zairyu card. Oh. Were you the foreigner that got badly hurt? There's a girl to my left, she's quite cute. And she's got an exquisite use of chopsticks. Not a euphemism. Where do you live now, LB? Well, the Japanese are very racist, so especially the police. What do you expect? No, but for example, there are not many people that would walk out of their way 10 or 20 minutes to take you to the place you need to go to. Oh, cool. Cool city. Until recently. Staying alive in New York. Been there a few times. I stayed there one night. Fucking great city. Love New York. Well, that was a long time ago though, 30 years ago. San Diego to San Francisco, from New York to San Francisco. With a few cars in America. Went out Oregon, Utah, that way. You are buffering a lot. Well, you will have to accept my apologies. There's a service here you can buy, I think it's maybe 500 yen a month. I should look into that and just see, well, one, is it 500 yen, and two, is it better than this Wi-Fi? I'd like Dream Toma, take care. There's not. I speak Japanese, so there's not really a language barrier. And if you can't understand, just ask them to say it in a different way. Wow, you 25 years, that's a lifer. Yeah, I've been here about 28, I think. But there are people here that have been here like 20 years or more and they still don't speak Japanese, believe it or not. And they're usually teachers, professors. They see no need to, which I find very strange. Right, and he was in Texas sorting out his brother's affairs. Oh really? Yeah, you just see fucking all sorts, don't you? Are you still married? No, they're still racist. I get insulted on a daily basis. Not recently, but I usually get insulted all the time. Big nose, bald head, smelly, dirty, go home. All the time. Suspicious. So the men were throwing the women at me. Well, you live in Ireland with your wife? What's it like being from England and living in Ireland, especially from Yorkshire? I don't know, General. But I guess when Japanese women like someone, like if I suppose if the average looking or really good looking and tall, they stand a better chance. But I think some Western men, they've heard this and they just think they can walk in and pick up a girl straight away. I met this one guy. He actually took the photographs of Robert De Niro and his family, his first family. And I shared. We both met a rich guy, and we were like staying at his because he'd heard all these stories about Japanese men having like a girlfriend. Before he married this woman, he asked her, "Would it be okay to have a girlfriend?" This is an American professional photographer asking before he married her, will it be okay to have a girlfriend? How fucking arrogant can you get? I've got a few people that follow the channel, from young people from Ireland that follow me. I don't know. I was watching the Ed Sheeran video, and some of those bars look great. Where are you from in Yorkshire, John? Really? Wow. That's good. Yeah, it just shows you, doesn't it? Oh dear. How much money was in it? I found several wallets in Japan. The last wallet I found, it had like 70,000 yen in it. Yeah, the Japanese do things with that. Leeds. I used to have a girlfriend in Leeds. She used to work at St James. You did a good thing leaving Leeds. Was that Rosa Red Envy's the Green? Was that the point? It seems I have become a meme. Was that it? Well done. Are you telling me you read it, or are you asking me to read it? Yeah, I should have asked them to call the police. Reddit, you sound like a person from Reddit. You just want to... Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, it's not a very good point. I'm tired. I think I've got the shits, but I'm going to pick up some money from 2 customers and then maybe go home and have a sleep, then do some work. This is, someone said to me, like, I said, do you think my poetry could be published? And this wanker said, anything can be published. So with this wanker in mind, I wrote this poem. Well, I've never broke any bar windows. I've been in trouble like in the bar, but I've never had any trouble with the police over it. In fact, several places. Wow, it sounds like trouble, John. Some say I could be published. Some say I should be damned. An editor asked to see my manuscript of my arse firmly rammed. Sailors and really fucking. And how much did you have to pay? Me and my mate, we worked together at this bar, and we met some American sailors, and we were just taking the piss out of them. But they didn't fight like so. They're very naive. I am from Sheffield, England. Where are you from? Wow, fucking hell. That was fucking breaking window. But did you just break them, or the other guys as well? Did they break them? Did they have to pay? I went to England about 6 or 7 years ago and I missed my flight back home, so it was a very expensive trip. Very fucking unlucky. Fuck man, this girl opposite me, she's gorgeous. Can I have a look? Not too far. I moved to Japan to learn Japanese. A lasting word of advice: if you ever go anywhere and someone offers you poo tea, tell them to fuck off. This is the most disgusting drink in the world. I'm going to give it my homeless friend because he hates Chinese. Oh, they're doing takeout. Alright guys, nice chatting. Subscribe or watch 5,000 of my videos if you like. Were the Japanese soldiers? Owl, fucking grow up, you silly cunt. Owl, you're not funny, mate. It's not funny. You're not funny. Try to get advice. Try to catch a fucking. Try to catch a variation of COVID that might turn you funny. Give it a go. Alright guys, see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. 5,000 videos. If you can watch, just watch ads or just watch the whole of the video or just watch like a few ads for me. I'd really appreciate that. Last minute messages there. Anyway guys, I've got to go and get some money. Thanks guys. Bye bye.